In the unforgiving African savanna, size usually matters. This enormous male warthog has 4 sharp tusks, a body built like a small armored vehicle, and an expression that suggests he has not enjoyed a peaceful morning in years. But today, his greatest enemies are not lions, leopards, or even a rival warthog. They are much smaller. Beneath the coarse hair around his neck, dozens of swollen ticks cling tightly to his skin. More have settled around his jaw, under his belly, and inside the folds of his ears. They have chosen the best seats in the house and apparently have no intention of leaving. Each tick pierces the warthog's skin and feeds on his blood. Their bites cause constant irritation, and some can carry dangerous pathogens. The warthog tries every solution available to a wild pig. He shakes his head, he scratches against a tree, he rubs his body in the dust. None of it works. Unfortunately, tusks are excellent for fighting predators, but completely useless for removing a tick from inside your own ear. Then movement appears in the grass. A troop of banded mongooses has arrived. At first glance, this looks like a terrible decision. Several small carnivores are walking directly toward the face of an animal armed with tusks large enough to send them flying across the savannah. But the mongooses are not here to attack. They are here for lunch, and the warthog is carrying the entire buffet. Instead of chasing them away, the giant male approaches the colony, lowers his body, and slowly lies down on his side. Welcome to the savannah's least luxurious, but possibly most effective spa. There are no towels, no relaxing music, and the staff occasionally climb across your face. Still, the warthog seems satisfied with the service. The first mongoose stands on its hind legs and inspects the warthog's jaw. Another climbs onto his shoulder. A third heads directly toward the belly, clearly unwilling to waste time on introductions. Within moments, the entire troop is at work. Using sharp teeth and nimble paws, the mongooses search through the warthog's coarse hair and pull out swollen ticks one by one. For the warthog, these parasites are painful, blood-draining nuisances. For the mongooses, each tick is a convenient protein-rich snack that does not run away. It is difficult to imagine a more efficient food delivery system. The easiest ticks disappear first, then the mongooses reach the difficult section, the ears. Several parasites have buried themselves deep inside the folds of skin, far beyond the reach of the warthog's hooves. One mongoose carefully climbs along the side of his face. This is not the safest place to work. The tusk beside it is nearly as long as the mongoose's body, and the customer has a habit of moving without warning. The mongoose pushes its narrow snout toward the infected ear. Suddenly, the warthog jerks his head. The mongoose leaps backward as one enormous tusk sweeps past. The entire troop freezes. For one brief moment, the spa appears to have received a very serious customer complaint. But the warthog does not stand up. Instead, he lowers his head again and closes his eyes. He was not attacking. A deeply embedded tick had caused a sudden burst of pain. The mongoose waits a few seconds, then cautiously returns to work. It grips the swollen parasite between its teeth and pulls. Nothing happens. The tick holds on. The mongoose plants both front paws against the warthog's face and tries again. Still nothing. Apparently, this particular guest has requested a late checkout. With one final tug, the tick comes free. The mongoose swallows it immediately. No celebration, no applause. There are still dozens of customers waiting. Soon, mongooses are moving across the warthog's back, belly, legs, jawline, and ears. Some stand upright to inspect his sides. Others crawl directly over his body. One particularly confident mongoose walks across his head as though the giant tusks below are merely decorative. This unusual relationship benefits both species. The warthog receives relief from ticks and other external parasites. The mongooses gain an abundant meal without having to chase, ambush, or wrestle anything. But the arrangement requires more than hunger. The warthog must remain still while a group of small predators approaches his eyes, ears, throat, and belly. The most vulnerable parts of his body, the mongooses must trust that the enormous animal beneath them understands why they are there. One careless bite or one badly timed swing of a tusk could end the partnership immediately. Yet both sides appear to know the rules. As the afternoon heat begins to fade, the cleaning session slowly comes to an end. The warthog rises, stretches his legs, and shakes a cloud of dust from his body. He is not completely free of parasites. Even the best spa cannot solve everything in one appointment. But many of the largest and most irritating ticks are gone. The mongooses scatter toward their colony with full stomachs. One of them remains on the warthog's back for a few seconds longer. Perhaps it is searching for one final snack. Perhaps it simply missed the signal that the session was over. The warthog begins walking, carrying the tiny passenger several meters across the grass before the mongoose finally jumps down. On the African savanna, survival is often described as a contest of speed, strength, teeth, and tusks. But sometimes, The toughest animal in the landscape survives by lying perfectly still while a group of tiny professionals climbs into its ears. And sometimes, the best medical treatment comes with no appointment, no payment, and absolutely no guarantee that the staff will get off your back before you leave. If this unusual savannah partnership made you smile, give the video a like and follow the channel for more incredible wildlife stories. And tell us in the comments, would you trust a troop of mongooses to handle your next spa treatment?